Hey Cancer, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your August 1st to the 15th reading recap. Let's take a look and see what energies you might have been processing for the first fortnight of the month as we find ourselves smack bang in the middle of retrograde season. So we're making the unconscious conscious for many of the collective. We're starting to really feel the full effects of these planetary energies. You might not have noticed it as April kicked off retrograde season. Maybe you did. But certainly with 5 planets in retrograde, and we've had the to and fro, okay? Sometimes we've had 6. Next month we will have 7. We're going to be feeling the energies of these retrogrades. It is taking us back through the timeline. It is forcing us into a review, if you like. It is drawing our attention back to the past in many ways, but more so for healing, for closure, so that we can begin again, begin anew, and really integrate those wisdoms. The Mars in Aries energy has been active since early July, and we're feeling that effects too. It can be quite a volatile energy if it's pushed, if that drive energy is pushed to excess, and I've mentioned that a few times in the readings, but it's also beautiful drive energy, okay? But yeah, the human drive can be driven depending on what our intention is, what the energies are underneath. So when we know self, we can deeply become aware of what those are. But the first 2 weeks of August, my lovely Cancers, they offered the collective a higher view thanks to the full moon in Aquarius. They will also be offering the collective zodiacs this push-pull energy between, you know, the Aquarian full moon as well as the Leo new moon. It's going to feel like a bit of a cha-cha inside. We're going to want to have these new beginnings, but we're also going to want to be wise and really see how far we have come in one way or another. So take it however it resonates. I've done a couple of posts on the Facebook page in relation to the energies we're experiencing, so please do go ahead and check the description box below to discover more. You can also head on to my Instagram page where you will see the weekly quick reads, which are done every weekend in time for your Monday, because on the YouTube channel are fortnightlies and monthlies for all of the zodiacs. All right, my lovely Cancer, underneath all this is the health card. Maybe you are predominantly focused on your health and well-being. Your physical reality is also what comes to mind when I see this card. It's about noticing what is made manifest in the physical realms. When I'm talking about the 5 bodies, okay, we are more than just a physical body. We're an emotional body, an energy body, a thought body, and a soul. But the physical body also represents our physical reality, all right? But the health card does say, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So that can mean anything. Emotions, thoughts, energy that you are absorbing from others. You've really learned to bring into balance what is of nurture to you so that you can really nurture not only the heart chakra, but a new way of seeing and communicating is what I do want to say, thanks to the balance card. In the recent past, you've been processing energies of failure. At the present, you're processing energies of what it is to be of service. And in the future, you're processing the energies of connectivity and their purpose, okay? I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn rather than spiraling down and thinking adverse situations are a reflection of our esteem, Cancer. You know, processing this energy of failure can also be looked at in a higher view, which is what the Aquarian full moon is about. Really seeing that even when we have made choices that we perceive as failures, really can be wisdom lessons in themselves. We know what not to do again. And this is unique for whatever situation you want to apply that to, whether you're regretting choices you have made within your career, within your finances, within you know, within love. Take it however it resonates. It is but a wisdom to integrate and to learn, and maybe you're seeing things from a higher view in many ways. And also be aware, Cancer, that, you know, when we dip into that level of self-esteem, that failure can really impact our health and well-being, feeling like a failure, feeling like we have failed. Maybe there's something in the physical that's a reflection of that for you. Take it however it resonates. I feel good when I help others. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Depending on how much you consider yourself a failure when you've overgiven, that could be relevant, okay, or not helping enough, okay. As a genuine empath and the mother of the zodiac, you guys might, you know, dip into feelings of guilt when you've had to sort of focus on self, whatever the case may be, Cancer. Take it however it resonates. You know, you're really blending these energies and coming to a new level of awareness of how best to be of service for the connections in your life, perhaps, while still not failing yourself, because there's a focus here on your physical reality. Something had to be brought into balance here, Cancer. Maybe the giving, the serving, whatever the case may be, left little room for self and your physical reality, your health and vitality, your energy levels. Take it however it resonates. This failure card can apply forward or backwards, either side of a coin. Okay, but let's take a look and see what the tarot wants to say. Underneath everything is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a slow-moving energy, yes, but it is thorough and it is determined, and it will get there in the end. Out of all the knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the one that graduates to King, guaranteed. You're closing a chapter here, Cancer. And in many ways, this healing journey, this integration of wisdom, this process, this learning may have taken a long time, but you are walking away from an old way, okay, of being of service, of connecting in certain ways, connecting with, you know, there's nothing here that has failed. You have learned a lot, and when you feel like life has failed you, or you have failed self, whatever the case may be, I feel like what I'm feeling here is that this is of purpose, and you know, this is about being that empowered empath. It's not the doing, it's the teaching and the showing that others can do for themselves what we have naturally given and done for them, perhaps, is what I'm feeling here. And battling with this guilt of failure. Have I failed them? Have I failed myself? Take it however it resonates, Cancer, but something had to be brought into balance here, especially when it comes to your health and vitality, more importantly, and maybe how you view these two energies, how you work with them, how you process them, the giving, okay? That needed to be brought into balance for better vitality. And you've been noticing the difference in your manifestations, the difference in your physical environment, okay? There was something here, a wisdom that was integrated about this lesson, okay? And it's been a slow-moving lesson. All right, maybe this is a role you have always played. Take it within your family, within your friendships. Take it however it resonates. But you're walking away from an old way of connecting. Emotionally is what I do want to say. Empathically, you draw in and connect very, very easily to the point that you carry. And maybe you've been doing this for a very long time. But I feel like I'm connecting into Cancers that are committed to walking away from an old chapter, because you had to engage another version of yourself. Look at the Queen of Swords. Okay, she's very different energies to the Queen of Cups, which is what you embody in the tarot, yes, but she's very logical. And maybe you had to dip into your thought body, a new way of perceiving, a new way of thinking about things, believing about things, whatever the case may be, so that you could refresh your emotional body. All right, is what I do want to say. Let's take a look and see what the tarot wants to talk about. You're moving towards more peaceful waters, Cancer, and you're really aware of what it is that you want to commit to moving forward, okay? When the Six of Swords centers our reading, you're very sure of what feels like peace and what doesn't, okay? Whether that is friendships, connections, family, there's something to be celebrated here as you close off a chapter, all right, Cancer, as you walk away from the old and assuredly walk towards the future. Like, slow and steady wins the race, yes, but this is a commitment to my path ahead, about the way in which I'm going to carry myself within connections, about what I'm committing to. You could be traveling towards marriage, whatever the case may be, Cancer. Take it however it resonates. You are moving towards more peaceful waters that are spiritually aligned and from a higher view, okay, at the guidance of your spiritual self, your higher self. You're following spiritual calling, all right, in many ways. Underneath all this is a 2-year journey, which aligns very much to your ecliptical cycle that you have been on, about these lessons, and that may be what you've been integrating in your ecliptical cycle, okay, which closed off in June with that solar eclipse in Cancer. Now, there was probably a lesson here about of being of service, okay, and how every connection has ultimately taught you everything. About the way in which you give is what I do want to say. How you have failed yourself, how you have failed others, your perceived failures, about that role you play, okay, the interconnectedness of it all. noticing themes, noticing reoccurring patterning, noticing similarities. You know, when you go from workplace to workplace, you've just got that same personality again, like you're integrating these karmic connections is what I hear, is what I do want to say. Something has been brought into balance, and I feel at the core of it all, Cancer, was ultimately about the role you played within others' lives. Like you had to learn to be that empowered empath, that awakened empath, that viewed empathy in a whole new way, and first started, you know, began to learn how to show empathy to self so that you really could top up your own cup. You're definitely moving towards peace, definitely moving towards marriage even, okay? Marriage can be with self, and the reason I say marriage is because I see this celebration cup, 3 of Cups card, okay, and the Hierophant as well. You might be connected into a Taurus, you might be connected into, well, everyone's on the table here. You've got the cups, you've got the swords, well, there's no wands. You're moving into more peaceful ways in which to connect, more peaceful experiences of connection is what I feel here as well. There's a lot of, you know, maybe there was a reason you held back, okay? Maybe there was a reason you were at a crossroads. What you were deeply desiring was to move towards peace, okay? Move away from conflict. Not that there's any conflict here, but when I see the Knight of Cups, Cancer, it's open-hearted love. It's being able to recognize authenticity when it is offered to us. It's being comfortable and not holding back when we want to offer our cup of love, okay? Maybe that is the launch of a new relationship or the next stage of an existing one. Maybe that's how you feel about yourself and your path, your career options. I don't want to hold back anymore. I don't want to be at an impasse or a crossroads in my life and how I feel about it. Every decision is very much an emotional one for Cancers, and it needs to be. It needs to come from the heart. You need to align to your career path, your connections in a heartfelt way, but maybe something had to be redefined there, Cancer, because when I see the Service card and the Friendship card here, this is ultimately about the role you play, okay? Being of service to others had to shift and change, like by being of service to self, okay? And this is something many Cancers are going to be strongly committed to. You could certainly practically be dealing with long-term commitment, like I said earlier, be moving towards an old, you know, moving away from an old cycle, an old chapter of your life, an old version of yourself into a new one, you know, where life, it really feels like this Ace of Cups energy, the birth of the new, where love runneth over. Take it however it resonates, but it took a shift out of mental paradigms where you were really up against old beliefs. Okay, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is the role I play in people's lives, this is what love has been for me, this is what friendships have been for me, this is just always happens in the workplaces I find myself in. Take it however it resonates. You had to go to the levels of the mind to really balance the emotions, is what I do want to say, Cancer. And maybe it took a lot of line in the sand, a lot of boundaries, clear definitions, okay? Maybe you found yourself in this Queen of Swords energy as a matter of survival so that you could truly bid the past goodbye and the role you have always played. Okay, and that can apply everywhere and anywhere, but I'm getting a strong love theme here too. And maybe in many ways, as you travel towards more peace, as you travel towards more harmonious bonding, okay, whether that be in love, whether that be in friendships and family connections, you take the wisdom with you, you take these spiritual principles with you. You've learned something here about seeing things from a higher view, and what needed to shift and change was perhaps a leveling of the head and heart. Wow, you've got the King and Queen of Swords now, and you've got 2 aces and the Sun. That's just beautiful. Okay, so maybe I am connecting in to Cancers that have found their other half, okay, or certainly balance the other half of self. This is head and heart balancing, all right, when the Lovers card shows up. But certainly divine partnership is at play here. Meeting, connecting, having someone in my life that I meet on an intellectual level, on a mind level. We have the same beliefs, we have the same you know, plans, visions, whatever the case may be. You know, we are on the same page here. Someone that can meet me where I'm at, all right? This is not your element, but maybe on some level you had to shift and get into this embodiment so you can really embrace the core of who you are as the Queen of Cups or King of Cups, Cancer. Take it however it resonates, but this is harmonic resonance with someone that is on my level, my mind level, okay? But this can also certainly be a blending of head and heart. The Lover's card rules head and heart, rules a choice. Do I choose to be the empowered empath from my mind, or do I choose to do it from my heart? Can I do it from both? This is a merging of head and heart, okay? Masculine and feminine. So this is an internal process. If it's not happening within a connection, it can most certainly be happening within self, Cancer. But watch how that energy then reflects in your outer reality. You guys are the second, third star sign that's had some divine balancing show up in their readings. There's a lot of beautiful beginning energies here, Cancer, okay? When I see this moving away into, like, moving peacefully, guided by the Hierophant and spiritual principles, your higher self, okay? Spiritual union, this is a very spiritual union as well. You know, when we're connecting with the Hierophant, the Lovers, and as well as a divine partnership like the the Queen and King of Swords, there's a definitive ending and beginning when the Ace of Swords shows up, and there's the Ace of Cups as well. Like, you've grown and achieved so much over the last year. Watch what can happen over the next year. You know, I feel in many ways you are walking away from an old version of self into a new version of self, Cancer, into a whole new reality too. You know, and there's like the light of the sun shining on you. You've definitely just come out of your birthday season. There's a lot of birth energy here, a lot of beginnings energy, a lot of look what you can achieve over the next year. The last 2 years have been of purpose. Watch what you can build over the next 2 years. You may very well be connecting into a Gemini. You might have Gemini in your chart. Take it however it resonates. There's something here, a foundation that you want to build from, whether that be a connection, whether that be a constitution within yourself and your healing journey, whether that be a reality within your life when it comes to your career progress and whatever the case may be. There's a boss-like energy that happens when we merge masculine and feminine energies from the mind. Like, we really are birthing a new perception, new way of thinking, believing, to be able to move strongly, slowly and steadily out of this, where we're a prisoner of our own mind and our beliefs. Like, I feel I'm connecting to many Cancers that have shifted, okay? You had to process this energy of failure. You had to change perceptions perhaps about what it was to be of service, or what it was to be a friend, what it was to connect in love. The role you have always played is what I keep hearing, and I'm pretty sure that's a theme that one of your readings had, whether that be a quick read or one of the last month's readings. It had to end, okay, because it was producing the same old, same old. There was a different way of connecting, a different way of being. You had to seek this other version of yourself, is what I'm feeling, Cancer, so that you could really embody the energy of who you are. All right, my dear, but like, as you brought this into balance, watch what you manifest and can achieve on the physical. And I can certainly be connecting into Cancers that are experiencing this as their reality. All right, where there's a lot of celebration, a lot of good times, a lot of genuine connectivity, resonance, spiritual principles at play within a deep connection, beautiful, like, beginnings, okay, the birth of the new, moving towards peace, and really knowing deep in yourself that you've closed a cycle, a karmic cycle, is what I do want to say, this old version of yourself. All right, my love, let's take a look at some healing cards for you. Get clear. You had to get clear, Cancer. 41. All right. Oh, get clear and nurture. This was about you, nurture. I didn't know 2 cards fell out. You got clear about what nurture means to you, okay? And then you set forth and made some new foundations. Look at the 4. All right. So get clear is 41. 4 and 1 is 5. 5 is a number of change. 441, maybe you're seeing those numbers. You had to get clear about what it means to be there for self, what it means to be your own mother, what it means to be your own nurturer, best friend, lover, whatever the case may be. Your 2-year ecliptical cycle is relevant in many ways. And if you're sort of still processing how to get here, like if you're still processing this energy, what I do want to say in order to get things into balance is to get clear about what makes your heart sing, about what you need to no longer do, engage in, allow, the boundary lines that are necessary, okay? So maybe there are still cancers out there processing that, but there are certainly many cancers out there that are really valuing what nurture, like, you know, when we decide to nurture self, life will nurture us back. Okay, you've really, under this new moon of Leo, watch what you can achieve, and you might even be drawn to nurture activities, choosing to top your own cup of love up, take it however it resonates. I think I'm connecting into many cancers that had to put a boundary line in the way in which you output energy, the way in which you output giving energy, so that you could give to self, and this was everything. Whether you're starting to see evidence of that only just now, whether you're still processing and will be working towards it, whether you're experiencing it already this year, the key ingredient was choosing to nurture self. When you are so good at wombing everyone else, nurturing and being there and saying yes rather than saying no, you had to get clear that perhaps the only thing getting in your own way of your nurture was you. All right, my love. But with the minute you started to give to self, you noticed a change within your external reality, and your world began to shift, and you really are seeing a result of that, Cancer, that you're moving towards a whole new way of being. Seeing, connecting, loving, experiencing your reality and your mind too, your perception. Something had to shift there. All right, my love, hope you got something out of that. Please do go ahead and check out like I said, the Instagram page for your weekly quick reads. And if this didn't quite resonate, go ahead and check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Jupiter sign perhaps, because we are more than just our sun sign, Cancer. But I hope you got something from that. If so, please do like, share, and comment. And by all means, let your other intuitive, sensitive, and empathic friends know where to find the channel Indigo Ascension. Until next time, Cancer, I trust that you've had a beautiful 2 weeks of August. I'll see you for your final fortnight read later in the month.